1 second. Let me get my
Yeah.
I don't know how much you know about like the drama.
So like that's why I was kind of like I actually kind of wanted to talk to you about it and like ask because I saw like on your thing that you said there was only one Korean player that was unhappy with the homework. Is that right?
Okay, so basically I took like a day off and I watched every
Yeah.
single Lost Ark video that was
Okay.
searchable with Lost Ark in Korean. Like I didn't watch
Right.
any NAU streamers because they were all very. It's the opposite this time. You know how we used to make noise,
Yeah, yeah.
and then Korea would be like all white knighting.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. This time is completely flipped, right?
That is nuts. Well, I think it's probably because didn't Amazon apparently AGS came out with a number of good updates on the same day to like make Western players happy. Or at least that's
Oh
my
yeah,
understanding.
yeah. That's what we got
Yeah.
in Korea today. They're really good. However, as you said in your video, you showed your viewers the chart for Steam, right?
Not a good one.
Exactly. Like there were some good updates along the way, but they
Yeah.
never, increase the player count. It never bleeps up ever, right? Like Slayer came out, a lot of Convenience Live came out, but nothing they've done actually worked, right?
Well, I think the reason why is because all of the new content that gets added is only for the people that are already playing the game.
Mm-hmm.
So like Brel Shaza is really exciting for people that have the item level to do Brel Shaza.
Exactly. Yeah.
But if you don't have that, then like there's functionally no new content.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the thing. That's one thing I wanted them to address a little bit, but maybe in the future. Like, why did they scrap like some of the other horizontal game modes? Like the AOS, like the little League of Legends in the Lost Ark, like the Argus.
Yeah.
You're fighting Argus on the Vulcan Gate 2 map. Like, why did they scrap that? But the thing is, you know how you made a video about Lost Ark a couple months ago, right?
Oh,
The
the
first-
big one.
Yeah, the first
Yeah.
time. Yeah, like the first time we wanted to do a podcast, and then people were still white knight defending the game in Korea, right?
Really? Oh, so were they not happy about like my video?
I mean, the thing is, most people went to your video to tell their story because let's say for example, like there's a lot of people in Korea that has exhaustion as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like even these streamers, they say how the homework is, the raids are, the farming is boring, right? But then they cannot say that, they cannot express that on like the Korean forums or in Korean streamers chat because they just get destroyed by the white knights. So they will go to your video.
The rice eater thing?
Yeah. So they will go to your video and then comment that they're getting burnt out.
So it's like their safe space.
Yeah, you're like their safe space.
Okay,
But now they all came out, right? They're all
now
coming
they're
out.
vindicated.
Yeah,
'Cause
they're
you
vindicated.
saw the charts too.
Oh yeah.
Like everybody's moving over to Maple Story over in Korea. What the?
Yeah,
What the
I don't
fuck,
know.
man?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know. That's
don't know.
crazy. Because I
Yeah.
remember like, and this is the thing, right? Is whenever Lost Ark came out, it was like the third most popular game in Korea. At least was last year or something like that.
Mhm.
Did you have any insight of like why it just like, I mean, fell off?
Well, sadly all I do is think about this, right? I don't want to be thinking about this.
Yeah.
I want to actually just play the game. But I think 2 years ago, 2 years ago this summer, but 2 years back, the Goldberg was there, and he did like a live stream showcasing like all the infographics, like how the user base from Southfront patch increased new users by 187%.
Oh, I watched that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a legendary like lull on, right? It gave so many people like a reason to stand by this game, support it, become huge fans, White Knight, whatever. And then I don't know, since his departure, I don't want to like act like he's a god or anything, right? He's not perfect either, right? But the thing is,
it's
like,
not as good as it was whenever he was here.
yeah, the last three lull-ons have been very lackluster.
Yeah.
And those are the ones with the three dudes, the three team managers.
Right.
And the first one we let it go because they were new, they're nervous, blah blah blah. Yeah, transition. So we're just like, a lot of current players are like, okay, yeah, it is what it is. We'll let it go. And then the second one, Gold River made an appearance. They did it like it was live, and I went there. It was okay, and they showcased like all of 2023 stuff. It was pretty jacked. However, this one, people
Doesn't
just
they
cannot.
announce like Thamine and Kazaros and everything, right?
Yeah. They showed the whole 2023, but this one they could not forgive because it's embarrassing because the roadmap has a skin in the roadmap. Like that is embarrassing.
Ooh,
that is
sounds
so
like
embarrassing.
Overwatch too.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
that
don't know.
could.
What the frig? They have skins in their roadmap? What the heck?
The battle passes the content now.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know what to
dude,
say.
this battle pass is terrible too in Korea. No skin,
Oh my god.
no skins. Yeah, so like I've been saying like it's because of China since April, and people thought I was crazy, right? But
so you think they're trying to like make inroads into the Chinese market,
well,
and like do you think they're changing the game because of that, or what?
the
Besides
thing
like
is,
I don't know, like the clothing and stuff.
yeah, there is evidence of them censoring the skins a lot.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
wow.
like not only the skins but all the NPCs. Like remember that one time that one of your, well, I think was it you? I think one of your viewers are like saying that Inanna's boobs got censored in NA because she got like yeah, and you were like, oh man, you're ripping them apart. But the thing is, Chinese version, the Chinese version has Inanna booby nerfed every NPC like Vicus.
So you're wait. So what you're saying is that the Chinese version is closer to our version than it is to the Korean version?
No. It's like it's really bad.
So it's like way worse.
Way worse, yeah. Like they're not wearing a dress, they're wearing like a tulip. Like it's like some 18th century stuff. Like it's weird.
Oh my god. Okay. Wow. I really kind of wonder what Vicus looks like in China. Oh my god.
It's coming out in July, man. July 20th.
Yeah.
Man,
that's gonna be very interesting.
I was gonna look back to what you were saying about in your video.
Yeah.
Oh man, I completely forgot. There's like just so many things, but I'll remember.
Well, like so, yeah, it's all good. So like, how was the reception to a con? I feel like the reception to a con was relatively good.
Okay, so a con was good. So last year when they announced a con, last year roadmap, according to all the Korean streamers and YouTubers, like I watched every one of them, and they thought that roadmap was not it wasn't good as well, right? The reason why they forgave those three was because they were new. Yeah,
okay. But people were just like assuming that it's the same as like during COVID, people were like, oh, there's a delay, it makes sense because of COVID, like one of those things.
Yeah, well, last year was supposed to be more focused on like a class balancing and class reworking. That was the Gold River kind of told us that they're gonna go a little bit slow. Yeah, but then like lately they're on fire because Thamine September, and streamers are endgame players, so they want to do Thamine. There's nothing else to do. There's like really nothing to do for everybody, to be honest. This law was terrible because there's nothing for casual players. There's nothing for players that log in every day but don't do endgame, and then there's no endgame either, right? Because like the roadmap was new class in July, skins in July. So if you don't want to make your 6th alt, or if you don't care about Soul Eater, you have nothing, right? If you're not an endgame raider, you have nothing too. Yeah.
I feel like that's been the problem with a lot of the updates, is that they're always focused towards like end game players or getting people that are like basically brand new players into the game. But I think that like, did you ever really play WoW a lot? I forgot if you did.
Yeah.
So do you remember like back in the day whenever people would always ask like, oh, is it too late to get into WoW because there's only 4 expansions? Like, I think that's kind of the problem that Lost Ark is running into, isn't it?
Oh, this is a problem we have for a year. Like, if you look at like Lost Ark Twitch chats, like, should I try this game out? Should I come back? And the viewers, before I could answer, they're like all saying no. So the thing is, the same thing's happening now in Korea. Like, why make all this like new player improvements when nobody wants to recommend your game, right? Some people are going as far as to kick new players, trying to get new players to quit in Korea now.
Jesus, why?
Dude, it was like crazy last 3 days, man.
What happened? Like, is it just the low on was
the low on was like, because I saw this is how like like so much about game fans and White Knights, right? They were defending this game in Korea. They're like, they were making fun of us, right?
Right. Yeah. Of course.
Some of them even thought we were like being cheap or communists. Like they went as far as saying that. like
like
that we
we're
can't
lazy
afford.
because we don't want to
we're
do,
lazy
like,
and stuff. And now, like, you know, they were defending the game, called it the God game, and then they kept logging in and holding in, defending the thing, and then it all came to shambles with the latest law on, right? Everything they believed in just shattered. So they all
it's
started,
like there's nothing left to defend.
oh, dude, like defenders are getting destroyed, right?
Jesus.
It was reversed back then. It was reversed. Like you were like, oh, you know, why can't we have some little bit more free stuff? They were like, what are you talking about? Why is it so cheap? You know?
Yep.
Developers got to make money, man. The job is hard. Like, you know, why don't you just fork up some cash? Why don't you just work for it? You know?
Oh, I remember, like, it was like the rice eater insult. Like, I thought that was just so fucking out of pocket. Like, what the fuck? Like, I couldn't even imagine that. Like, the culture over there is totally different. So, like, it's hard for me to like really like get it as like a US player, but like it feels really good to me to see the Korean players finally as pissed off as I've been.
I've never seen them this pissed.
Yeah, I'm vindicated. Absolutely.
Like the thing is like so they were talking about like like rice eating, you know, like nowadays they're just like asking for everything now, right? Like give us 5 engravings from the Hyper Express and all of that stuff.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they just want everything.
I just like what do you think would make players happy? Like if Smilegate was like they came out and they said we're going to do X, like what's gonna make the White Knights feel vindicated? What's gonna make them happy?
Well, I let's be honest, like I don't think they can fix all the issues because like they've been kind of like slacking for a year, right?
Yeah.
So entire year, like they're really mad in Korea because April, May, and June we got nothing, right? And then the roadmap for June, July, August is pretty empty for a lot of the people. So they're like, what have you guys been doing? Like we've been here buying your packs, spending money, defending your game, and you're not doing anything. You're not expanding anything. You're not making us proud, right? We're ashamed, embarrassed to play your game. So yeah, so I think it will take a lot of time, Asmon. It's gonna take a lot of time to fix these issues. Like they can't just
sounds like World of Warcraft.
Yeah. I mean, WoW has this issue too, right? Like I farm 4 hours for this. Like casuals can't get that. You know, that's like that. Like today, for example, like the card system. I'm totally fine with deleting cards from the game. But how many people would rage?
You know, of course, right? Because they already have Light of Salvation 30.
Yeah.
And like they've spent probably thousands of dollars on this. And so if they lose it, it's like their money is getting deleted. I think that's why they want to do a gear reset.
Exactly. Oh, dude, like I am so down for gear reset. I am the only one. I'm the only one that's like down for it. Everyone's like, no. If that happens, you know, I'm gonna leave. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I'm so down though. Like, delete everything.
I think they have to at least reset like the item level and probably also like I think the cards would be okay if like for example you could get the cards and you didn't need like 15 cards. You just needed 1 card and you could get it from like accomplishing different things. Like kill Belshazzar a certain amount of times, you get the Belshazzar card. I think it's like 10 times or something. And like that makes sense and it's actually fun rather than just like another like RNG on top of RNG. Yeah. And I think that's what like really burned a lot of Western players out is like really just like grinding on 6 characters to hone 5 times and fail.
The thing about NAU is that they face a different issue. It's not. I mean, the homework is boring. It's repetitive, right? But the thing is, they're also accelerated so fast, right? They can't take a break. Like
Korea.
We had Brel for like a year before Account came out, right? Like NA just can't catch a break, so they can't have a break, right? So they're like, that's why they feel the pay to win gap even harder because they're doing 20 chaos and dungeons a day while you know Bobby over there in NA on his Zerker just swipes or you know Sork just swipes and they're like, what the heck, dude? I don't want to do this 20 chaos dungeons. That guy just swiped and saved like 5 hours. I want to save 5 hours. So
well, it's insane, right? Because like for example, like I could just spend money and get the higher item level. Like that's it. Right.
So that's
how can anybody keep up with that?
Exactly. That's why they get mad at the pay to win system. Whereas Korea, they give you like a year to catch up in this. Right. In NAU, it's like so accelerated. They don't catch a break. that's why I feel so bad about the whole farm situation. The burnout is even higher, and the pay to win gap is felt even more in NAU because of this acceleration, right?
Well, isn't that a self-correcting problem though? Because like a con is the last one, right? Because you had the K Angel that just came out with Algacia, and then you have a con after that. And I think that a con is still the most current raid, isn't it?
It's not. It's Voldyke, and
Oh, right.
yeah. It's like an
I
abyss
remember
dungeon.
watching it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like the thing with the water, right? On the edges.
Oh yeah.
You can get
That's
knocked off and yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's yeah. But yeah, there's gonna be Voldyke, and then they're gonna get Thamine, and then after that, who knows? But yeah, I don't even know what's gonna happen once they catch up.
I don't know either. Like I'm kind of, because it is kind of weird to think that whenever the game was coming out, like one of the main things is like one of the most popular Lost Ark videos was Saintone explaining Belshazzar hard mode gate 6. Like that video was so popular. And like that's still the current like high content.
Yeah, but
so
the
like
thing
maybe
is,
that is an issue.
the thing about Brel is it looks cool.
Yeah,
but then nobody likes Brel. That's the thing. Nobody likes doing Brel.
So like what's the gate 6 thing that they were talking about?
So gate 6 Brel, if you overgear it, so as we get stronger doing a con and Voldyke, we're gonna get just 3 times stronger. So everybody in chat doing Brel right now, they're gonna get 3 times, like 300% stronger.
Jesus.
So we have to stop damage because the yellow meteor has a timer, right?
Is that the 141 in gate 6, or is that a new one?
Oh, it's a minute 40 wait, yeah. Or was it minute 20? I forgot. But yeah, there's like a little thing. Like the yellow meteor is like a time gate. So you have to hold DPS. So you don't force.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you don't force double yellow meteors and break the platforms.
Right.
Yeah. So gate 5, gate 6 is just, it takes a long time. It's just too many gates. And people just don't like doing them.
I feel like most people probably just do gates 1 through 4, right? Yeah. It's like, I remember it was so easy to get groups for gates 1 through 4. And then as soon as gate 5 starts, okay, everybody's got to go, you know, something else is happening. But like, apparently, like, because in gate 6, there's like a number of like kind of anti-bus mechanics where there's like a meteor that you have to kill at the very end. Everybody has to kill their own kind of. Like, do they still have that in the new raids? Because I've heard that they've tried to move away from that.
Anti-busing measures?
Yeah.
Anti-busing measures are still kind of there. Yeah. Yeah. Everything's bust.
Yeah.
Everything's bust. Everything's bust in this game.
If it's still getting bust, then why are there anti-busing measures?
Okay, yeah, we could talk about that. We could talk about the raid difficulty.
Yeah.
But I want to go back to your video.
Okay.
You know how you were talking about like all the problems in the NA EU Lost Ark?
Oh yeah.
And then a lot of like Korean streamers watched it or watched the translated version. And then if I read the comment section, they were like saying that you know, it's because of AGS. It's because AGS don't communicate.
Right.
Like I'm so tired of that. I'm so tired of like blaming the publisher. If that was the case,
we could have like. I think it was totally fair to blame AGS for like Argos releasing super early,
yeah, they slipped up a lot, right? They did.
Yeah. But like this time they didn't fuck up.
Yeah. They you know, adjust and stuff. They listen to feedback. But the thing is, like, if it was a publisher problem, why is Russia dead? Why is Japan dead? Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
what's the common
why is
denominator
KR dead now?
Smilegate.
Right, yeah, exactly. It's Smilegate. Like, come on, man. Like, these White Knights were... Well, anyways, these White Knights are all gone now, right?
Right.
Yeah, all the people that were saying... Like we were delusional and saying we are clueless, they're gone. If they ever say that, they just get picked apart anyways. Yeah,
of course.
And
that's what makes sense.
Yeah. As for the raid difficulty, right? I don't know why they keep making it harder and harder. Like, I don't understand why they can't make like a 1460 or a 1445 like another raid like Volton, because Volton was an explosive raid. Like Volton was like the best performing raid. And you talked
about somebody who like how much PoE did you play? Did you ever play?
I didn't get to play PoE much.
I have been a very big PoE enjoyer. I played Diablo 3. I played Path of Exile. I have yet to play Last Epoch, and I've also played Diablo 4. Vaulton is the best isometric ARPG experience I have ever had. And it is not even close.
Yeah, that's
it
why.
is fucking insane. I don't know why they don't just do more stuff like that.
Exactly.
And I think that one of the cool things about it is the same cool thing about like Elden Ring, is that you can beat that game at level 1. And one person can kill Vaulton if they are just that fucking good.
Yep.
And I think that's so cool.
Yeah. As you were saying, as we were talking, I know like we're looping back a little bit because I just forgot what to say, but like Vaulton, you asked why was it so successful 2 years ago, right? Vaulton was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like people got a taste of Vaulton and they wanted more, right?
Right.
So they got Vicus. Vicus was pretty good. Vicus was pretty good.
I fucking hated Vicus.
I mean,
but it's nothing compared to Belshazzar. And I think Cocklesadon, like the clown raid is harder than Vicus by a pretty large degree.
Yeah, remember, like this came out back to back in a month period.
Yeah.
These were coming back to back. People were hooked. So they got this huge, they're like, what the heck? This like Guardian farming game only came out with Legion Commander raids. Like, oh, these guys could develop them some raids. You know, they got some potential coming out of Korea. So they got a huge fan base. And they all grew old together, right? These guys all became White Knights and they're like, they kept, making harder and harder raids, and I think Smilegate lost sight of casual players, as well as people who can't farm 10 hours a day. They forgot because even Goldiver said once this game comes out to NAU, they want to accelerate people into doing Legion raids, right?
Yeah.
But if Legion raid was so good, why are people leaving in every region?
Right.
It's not the only thing that this game needs to do, right? Now they just said in this broadcast that they're gonna focus more on this rating and then pump more out. But I don't know. At the end of the day, I think they should focus. Rating is good, but they should focus on other things. Like everything else is so lacking, like PvP, life skill, all of that is so outdated.
Life scaling is in the game is so it's so not very good.
Yeah, all of that is aging because these guys, these guys once were newbies, now they are all hardcore, right? Raiders.
Yeah.
So they're like, what is their focus? Like this game needs to have a little bit of an identity. Like just say it. Is it for endgame raiders? And then if it's gonna be for endgame raiders, can we add something to like the those that are in between? Like for example, like
I think also.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh no, I was just saying like let's make another Vaulton. Why can't we have like Ninave's like raid Ninave's house and then beat up her titties or something like like a 1460 raid. Like why do we got to do only like stupidly hard? And the Smilegate likes this too because the more vertical we get, the more we hone, the more we pay for peons, the more we swipe. They're like we got him good.
Right.
It's a double win for them.
Oh no, of course, right? Because it keeps, and also like the casual players are the ones that are just going to be like the casual spenders who just buy like a new skin or something like that. And I think that's where they make a lot of their money. And like just in general, I feel like also the problem is that like raids like Belshazzar and the Clown Raid and Vicus to a lesser extent. I mean, Belshazzar is really that's the really fucking hard one. Like it's not that you have to do it like one time, it's that a lot of people are doing this raid back to back to back to back to back. And that's what I think happens is that whenever you're doing this raid 6 times a week, theoretically, and you're wiping because one person doesn't know anything, like the level of gatekeeping that you have to have has got to be way higher. And it's just logical that you're going to have way higher gatekeeping because you need to not do it one time. You have to do it 6 times. So you don't have time to waste on somebody who doesn't know the raids.
Yep. And how does a new player come into all this? Right? Like,
they gotta learn. They can't.
They got to learn like hours. They got to watch hours of guides just to catch up. Like, like Daymine's gonna be the most gate-kept raid of all time, right?
Of course.
I'm kind of sad that they're gonna go through this. They're sticking with this like we promise it's gonna be the hardest raid ever. They said that 2 years ago, and they're sticking with it. Yeah, it's gonna be so hard that even if you have one of the best optimized gear, it'll be harder than hell mode. Yeah, even going in with that. So like obviously people are gonna look at specs down to class composition. It's gonna be insane. I don't know. Like they okay, do endgame raids for all I care. Like make the endgame players happy, but like do something else for like those that are not doing those intimidating content. Like something that that is approachable and enjoyable for others.
I think also like just enjoyable is the factor, right? It's like whenever you're just waiting for one person to do one thing wrong, and then as soon as they do it wrong, everybody just gets instantly killed in the raid.
Yeah.
Like that's not, I don't think that's very fun.
It's not fun. Yeah. Like I don't know why they don't cater to casual, but if you think about it, like maybe they're just gonna hunker down with the endgame players in Korea, because like in Korea, like, you know, it's a small population, right? Like every gamer has heard of Lost Ark. How are they gonna get new players anyways? That's why they're expanding to NAU, right? Because they're not gonna get a huge influx of new players in Korea. Everyone's heard about this game in Korea, so they moved to NAU. Now they, you know, pretty much suck the money there, and now they're going to China, right? Yeah. And then probably the reset will be like Lost Ark 2, because like how are they gonna get like that kind of growth like they did back 2 years ago? 187% in new users only, increase in new users by 187%. Like how are they gonna do that in Korea? Because they're not like these the way they're designing the game is not really catered towards casuals, unless they start moving that way.
Well, and I remember this was like one of the big conversations about Lost Ark whenever it first came out, is that, you know, like the famous, finally an MMO that respects your time, you know, like, and then that's what everybody was memeing on, because they thought Lost Ark was going to be like this crazy, super fun game. And I think that it was like that to an extent, but then whenever you created like these different benchmarks the players felt like they had to hit, that's whenever you really saw a lot of people just completely falling off.
I think
it wasn't even that other people were getting ahead, it's that they couldn't even do the content.
Yeah, but the thing about 2 years ago, though, that law was so good, right? Like it convinced a lot of us to make those kind of videos. And at the time,
the whole West up too.
Yeah. It caught us by a storm, and like, you know, like the way he spoke, Go River, like the information he showed, like it was backed by math, and I was like, you know, I was always curious, how can a video, like you asked the same thing, like how is mine, what is the game again? What is it? Mine, what is it? No. Maple Story. How is Maple Story exploding, right? Like I'm asking the same thing. I asked that same question 2 years ago with like Lost Ark. How is it getting this many new players? I'm like, what are they doing? So I checked it out, and then at the time, you know, it wasn't as bad. Like Volton, right? Like Volton, there were some like, those are some happy days, happy users.
Yeah.
But the harder the content, like you said, the more gatekeeping, right? One person screw up.
Of course.
Yeah, one person screw up, you know, everyone wipes, and then everyone's time's wasted. And then they got to do that on 6 characters. Back then, it was 24 characters because they didn't put a goal limit. So,
right.
Yeah. So, like, you know, you understand, like, how the community, like, kind of, like, grew old and angry. And then now they started shaming.
Like you just don't have time. You don't have time to do that, because you also, it's not just the Legion raids. You're also doing dungeons. You're doing Guardians. You're doing other like weekly activities. Just Una's tasks if you want to do those too.
Yeah. Well, someone's saying
doing all these things.
Someone's saying gatekeeping was bad before Brel. I mean, it's not. It's getting worse. Is what I'm saying.
Well,
yeah.
I think
there's always gonna be gatekeeping.
Yeah, the harder the content is, the more gatekeeping you're going to have.
Exactly.
Because you get punished if you don't gatekeep harder.
Yep.
So it makes sense, the harder you get punished, the more you're going to try to avoid that punishment.
People say they're understaffed. Bro, they made $1 billion off you guys. What are you talking about?
That sounds like their problem. Like, that's not our problem.
Yeah, like, why do you care about the company's health and
also, like, if they're understaffed, how does being understaffed prevent them from like just changing the way Guardian raids and Chaos Dungeons give rewards? Like, how many people do you really need for that?
They are understaffed though, because they're working on China. I mean, they just said it themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, that's their words.
I wonder if like the Chinese players will have like a different culture, and like if that'll affect the way the game's developed too.
Oh man, you know, they could pre-swipe in China in the beta. Yeah, in the beta, you could swipe in the beta.
Oh my god! So they're really going all in on this.
I don't know, but it's coming out on July 20th.
Oh fuck, man! Pre-swiping, what the fuck? That is sad.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on these days. Like, you can swipe in the betas now. Like, Throne and Liberty is also doing this.
Oh my!
I mean, they already did it.
God.
Sorry.
Yeah, I saw that game. I don't know what the fuck
I played
OGS
it too,
was thinking. Yeah, apparently they have improved it. Did you see NC Soft stock after the game came out?
Yeah, I tweeted at you about that. They lost 21%.
It is so fucking bad.
Yeah.
I think that they'll try to improve it at least, which is good. but we'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like that game. Like, there's been a lot of these games that have come out and they've been like so heavily anticipated, and they've been like kind of like different degrees of letdowns.
Yeah. The thing is, these companies, they know that Korean like players are not gonna play. Like, their reputation here is already like kind of over, right? So they have to expand. Yeah, like they have to expand to like a new frontier, right? That's the thing about like Korean games, because like they can't stay in Korea too long. They gotta expand.
Why?
Because like I said, like they're not like, they don't get new players. Like, everyone's heard about it. The reputation is already like, you know, everyone in the neighborhood knows about them.
They're just like capped by population.
Yeah. You know, like.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so everyone knows about their rep, so they got to go elsewhere, right?
Right. Yeah, it makes sense. I don't know, man. Like, it's just it's sad because like I think that, and I always use this example. It's like I said that like Lost Ark and Final Fantasy 14 really raised the bar on like raid encounters and like PvE encounters. And it's just so sad to see people, like, I'm looking at the chart, and if you just look from the 7-day chart, the 1 week chart, the player base has gone down by 25%, 10,000 players.
Yeah. Didn't you say in your Diablo 4 video, I really enjoyed that one, your review, you said like something about like people defending the game is like, when a game's not doing well, like defending the game, if you really defend hurts a bad
game, you get a bad game.
Yeah. And you know, there are some good patches, but it's not an overall W for the game, right? So people are like, you know, what is there to be mad about? You know, what is there to be mad about? They just, you know, Amazon's putting out this good patch. Yeah, it's a good patch. But if it was so good, would it increase the player base? Like, for example,
how good is it really if nobody's playing it?
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what they are saying in Korea as well, too. Yeah, exactly.
And like, that's the thing is, like, at least with New World, right? Amazon's other game, like, they brought out Brimstone Sands and a lot of people came back and played the patch and they retained those players. Like, yeah, now they're leaving. That's because they haven't been any fucking content.
Okay.
But, you know, at least they got people to come back and play. And it's just, it's sad to see Lost Ark doing it, but I feel like, yeah, it's just that, like, what is there to be excited about for like Belshaza if you're not, what is it, 1490 or something like that, in order to play the game?
Yeah, the game needs a lot of work. Like, it was supposed to be the last, like, they should have really worked hard for the last year and a half, but now we need another year to like kind of fix what they haven't done for the year and a half. So like, as you said, well, Koreans are also saying this, like, if veterans of that game, if the veterans of Lost Ark cannot recommend the game to new players, right? It's like the same thing happening at NAU, right? They're like, if anybody asks in chat, like, should I try Lost Ark? Everyone says no. Until that mentality changes, right? Not because the way we think, because the game has to be changed in the way for us to like want to recommend the game to new players. You know what I mean?
It has to be like, because you know what the new player experience is. The new player experience is getting hyper expressed to whatever the soft cap is, and then getting declined from every single raid because you don't have the 7 other credentials that they don't even know exist.
Yeah, until like a day comes where we're happy to kind of like recommend the game to new players. Yeah, it's gonna be rough, right? It has to go through a lot of battles for sure.
Well, it's also like, I remember whenever the game first came out and people were going through like tier 1 and tier 2, and it's like WoW has the same problem too, where like whenever you just get level boosted up to max level, there's like all of these things and all of this context that you just completely miss out on. Like, as soon as you're level 50, for example, you learn about what engravings are, and then you learn about what gems are later on after that. And like, it's kind of taught to you over time versus like, I feel like now you're probably just like, a new player probably just starts playing the game. They have 15 different in-game systems thrown at them. And they say, all right, well, go farm these for 1 year, and then you'll just get declined from raids because of lack of experience. Yeah,
there's just too many vertical stuff. And and then a lot of like the older raids where they want to go and learn, there's not a lot of new players. It's like the tier 1 and 2 Guardians, how it's like a ghost town, right? It's like one day will come where like a lot of people will not be doing like Vulcan teaching parties or learning parties, right? because majority of the players that still play the game will be well in like doing a con and Braille. So like who's gonna help them get up to speed, right? Like the thing about this like this express event, getting the new players to like 1540. Actually, I saw the patch. It gets them all the way to like almost 1580. Like, so what? Yeah, that's a lot, right? But eye level makes you physically enter the raid, but doesn't get you to enter the raid because like you don't have the other stuff, right? Like
you don't get
engravings.
invited. Like, well, it's the same as like for Belshazzar. The way that we would do it is I would just open it up. Do they have the horns? No. Okay, we're not taking them. That's it, right? So it's like it's like the old. You need to get job experience to get hired, but you need. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then like even if they had all of that, they lacked experience. Like these are not like easy raids they're entering. Like to understand like the mechanics of a Legion raid, like how it goes, like you know, hit and dodge. Like to understand that takes a bit of time. So, you know, I just do feel like you said, like a reset would be nice. But then if I mention the word reset to Korean players, it's like. It's doomsday.
It's because they are literally invested in the game.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, dude. Just like I don't know what happened to having fun. I mean, putting fun at the forefront. But you do understand, like, not that I want to understand this, but they do make a lot of money off this game. Like RMT is huge here. It is huge. I wanted to talk to you about that. Did I ever tell you about that?
Oh yeah.
RMT.
No. What's going on?
Oh, the rice eating thing. In Korea. Right? The rice eating thing. Yeah. RMT is. People think RMT and NAU is bad, dude. Dude. In Korea, it's like people literally pay their monthly rent with this. Right?
What the fuck?
It's like me in WoW. Like I used to like when I was younger, I used to sell carries in WoW because I would sell that gold and then pay off the rent so I could do the same thing, stay in that same lifestyle of just wearing my hoodie and just being in the dark playing games. I don't want to leave my house. I don't want to get a real job. So I'm like
Diablo 3 real money auction house for me.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah.
Selling challenge mode carries or like heroic Archimon, you know, stuff like that. The moose runs.
Oh,
yeah,
that's one mount. Yep, a WoW token.
That's pretty much like the RMT scene here. Like people don't want to really get a real job in Korea. It's very competitive, pay to win in real life, right? Very hard. So they just stay home and then just, you know, I guess they might not enjoy the daily grind, but at least it's, you know, something that's closer to home.
At least they don't have to go to job.
Right.
Yeah.
And then they sell the gold and then buy meals and stuff like that. So like RMT is like, so for example, they're giving level 7 gems for all the new players with this Mokoko Hyper Express thingy. And some people are like kind of like against that. They're like, oh, do you know what it would happen if they, you know, sprinkle free level 7 gems to the game? That would ruin the gem economy.
Ruin the game.
Yeah, gem economy. I'm like, who cares, man? Like, Jesus, dude. I mean, they care because like their bottom end is getting destroyed. But at the end of the day, like, stop. They got to stop this stuff. Like, that guy got downvoted. Thank God.
Well, like, I think that, like, well, now at this point, like, people are just so fatigued from having to farm that stuff over and over and over. Like, I was looking and, like, level 10 gems are still something like 400 to 500 K for, like, the damage ones.
Yep.
Which is insane. That's a lot of fucking gold.
Yeah, like I'm all for making it way more accessible, but there are people that are like, no, it'll hurt my bottom end and blah blah blah. You know, those people got to go. You know what I mean? Like those people need to be like.
Well, you can't listen to those people because those people are selfish, right? Yeah. If it was up to them, they would be the only people playing the game.
But those are the people that ran the game, Asmon, for a year.
Yeah,
those guys. Those guys that called us cheapo.
And the thing is, like with WoW, like I think WoW is kind of run into the same problem, and like they're kind of pulling back on it now. But like there was a raid in WoW, the last expansion, Sepulchre of the first ones, and it was so hard that it basically just killed every raiding guild that didn't play the game semi-professionally. Yeah. It was just nuts.
Yeah, the participation. I think you did like a lot of videos on that, right? The participation level of the guilds. Like the kill first boss compared to the last boss of each tier.
It looked like the Lost Ark player graph. Not good. Not very good at all.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just really sad to see that. And like I hope that like the problem is like because obviously, you know, Western audience, like Korean, like there's language barrier. it's hard. It feels like it's hard to communicate with the developers like
Oh yeah.
in Korea. Like, so
Oh yeah.
is it easier for Korean players to communicate with Smilegate developers, or
Okay,
is
for
it
the
just like,
last 8 months, there's been a
yeah,
lot of issues. A lot of issues, right? And none of them got addressed. For example, they try to put this like dog shit pay to win pack called Hot Deal. They made a whole hype thread about it.
oh,
Hot deal, like
good.
a limited on the weekend. You know, you go to the shop, they give you a nice deal. It was dog shit. Everyone
Oh
boycotted
my
it.
God.
Everyone boycotted it. They're like, don't buy this shit. They were furious. Zero apologies from Smilegate. No anything. They did like a collab event once. Like the collab was at a like a pop-up store, and a lot of people went there like far away, like 500 kilometers or 300 miles away from home, and they, like took a day off to go there, and they sold out like within hours or something. So people
What
were
the
like,
fuck?
yeah, people were
Wow.
like fighting about that,
What were they
like
selling?
some merch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
Okay.
yeah, like it's very hard for us to talk to these guys. That's why they made this apology. They're try to communicate more, because this game, um, like the hopes and dreams of these fans were built on communication, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like if like they understand like you only have Daemine this year, just tell us the direction. Where is this game headed, right? They didn't know.
Yeah.
What's your dream, your direction? Like Gold River was good at telling us like the big plan, the big picture.
Well, there was a vision for it.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that's
yeah,
what, like, I would always compare like Gold River with like Yoshi P.
yeah.
Is that like right now I feel like people might be a little bit unsure about what's going to happen with Final Fantasy 14 since they just ended like a 10-year story arc in
Hmm.
the game. But because their guy is still at the helm of the game, well, they're still super confident and happy about it because they think it's going to go fine. But like with Lost Ark, it's the opposite.
Yeah, we have no idea, right? Where
Yeah.
this is headed? What these three guys are doing? So
Right.
we didn't see any lack of motivation or vision from these guys. It rubbed off. So hopefully
You
it
don't think they
does.
like really have like a plan, I guess?
They're playing it really safe. Yeah, they're playing
Yeah.
it safe. You know, just listen to the loud people and then just go that way.
Mm-hmm.
But what were you saying before? About the communication, right? Korean players.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was very hard. This was the first time because everybody was raging for once, right? Usually there's like a lull on. People try to like white knight it. They're like, oh, they were just nervous. They were just shy,
Yeah.
or they gave us free stuff. Blah blah blah. Not this time. Not this time.
Yeah.
Everyone was furious, like kicking tables, starting a freaking petition. Like they wanted to send like trucks over there to riot. Like there's like fucking racist comments and like, it's like fucking on fire, man. Right? All the YouTubers
Jesus.
like were angry. Even the nicest YouTubers were like angry. Like, why do you have to deal with this? This is your job. How are you making your community fight amongst each other and stuff like that? So
Yeah.
is it easy for us to communicate? You know what's the easiest way for us to communicate to Smilegate?
What's that?
When you do like a video for Lost Ark, it gets translated. And then
Wait. So you're telling me the best way to communicate to Smilegate is for an American fucking YouTuber to make a video?
I mean, for us, for the English speaking audience, yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, like if Asmon doesn't make a video, like they don't care about anybody else, dude. Like no other videos get even
God.
watched or translated, dude.
Oh,
They call you the big dick brother, dude.
I know. Yeah, there was a whole channel that was dedicated to it.
Yeah. So
I saw that. And yeah, I mean, it's like I was actually really surprised, to be honest.
oh, there's a
at how
translator
many
right there.
people. Yeah.
Where
is that?
I think the translator's in chat right now.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember I watched some of the their compilations they made of me. I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
But it's like I was really surprised by how many people it's because it doesn't really make a lot of sense, right? There's a game that has 30 or 40,000 players, but their video got over 500,000 views. How does this happen?
Mhm.
But it's just there's a lot. I feel like there's so much of a it's so weird for me to talk about this because there's like so many literal one-to-one parallels with World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
Like this is the
Yeah.
exact same shit that
I
WoW
know.
has had to deal with.
I know.
It's like you know, there's finally the turning point where the nice YouTubers finally fucking turn sour.
Yeah.
And then people actually are leaving the game. The apologists look dumber and dumber. And it's just, it's sad.
Yeah, even the #1 like Korean streaming team for this game, they are like all like, if it continues like this for like after Thaemon, they were calling it done. Like they're gonna split.
Oh my god.
They already like tried Maple Story. Like one of them was there's like a Korean Asmongold, I guess, and he made a rant video. He was the first one to upload it. It got like 600K views, right? And within like 24 hours, they're mad. So he set kind of like the tone, because like if somebody big defended it, then they're all gonna bandwagon that. I hate that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But then
exactly. They're like, see, I told you it was okay. I told you it was fine.
Yeah, because one guy, started like shitting on them. Now everyone's like, okay, you know what? Let's all shit on them, right? There were literally for an entire week no defending the game. They couldn't.
That's insane. Like I hope that, because like I don't really want to shit on the developers at all. Like I don't want to hate on them or get angry at them or anything like that.
Yeah, it's not really developers. It's like the guy in charge, right? You know that the guy who owns Smilegate is the 4th richest man in Korea.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't want to hear that they're broke. They're not like an indie company. They're working with Tencent for China, and they're working with AGS. These are not like some lowball players, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but so like I don't want to like it's a like. They're also gonna do Blue Protocol Korea with Smilegate, so they got they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. Like I just think Smilegate needs to just stop being so goddamn greedy, man. So goddamn greedy, man. Nobody says it, dude. Nobody in Korea would say it, but say it, dude. They're so goddamn greedy, man.
Here's what the issue is, right? Is that like, the reason why the game has all these problems is because of pay to win.
Yeah.
But it's because of pay to win, like in a disconnected way.
Yeah.
Like these systems are designed to feel like sweatshop gaming in order for you to feel like you want to spend money. So like the systems are designed to be inconvenient and overly grindy because they want you to use the store.
So that's why I just said like, it's worse for NAU because they're accelerated, right?
Oh yeah.
So there's like so many inconveniences and there are ways to get out of those. Like you talk about this all the time. Like Payon is one. Payon is an inconvenience existing to make money for these guys. Right?
I tried to fucking tell them and nobody would ever listen.
No, it's not for flipping. Like even they themselves said it's not for flipping, right?
Yeah,
it's literally for profit, as well as like it works as like a WoW token. You have to exchange gold from a player for a blue crystal, so it creates a demand for blue crystals. The thing is like they could remove Payon from a lot of things, and for like they have to in order to do that they have to forgo their profits. That's why I said like they gotta like lessen the greed. Right. Like and as well as like the like a game could have pay to win and still have players enjoying it and ignore pay to win, but as you said like because they create so many inconveniences, it's just like especially for NAU when they're accelerated, they see like the temptation and how big the disparity is between pay to win and not pay to win, right?
Well, it's exactly. Like, and also the people that do pay to win, like I have a friend of mine, he spent $21,000 on Lost Ark. He's like 1,400 now.
Yeah, exactly.
And so like, really, who gives a shit?
Yeah. That's another thing.
Like,
go ahead.
You invest into the game. Like, for example, like in Genshin Impact or in Honkai Star Rail, like one of these other gacha games. Like if you buy characters, like there's a bit of power creep, but like it's not like Lost Ark power creep where you're fucking garbage less than a year later.
Yeah. That's funny because I wanted to talk about that too. There is like a Korean, like an ex-pro C9 player. He logged in yesterday or something and he's like, dude, I logged in after a year and there's one new raid. He spent thousands of dollars, right? And then he's like, what am I gonna like? There's nothing, but like what? Like there's nothing to do. There's my. This is like he literally says it's the worst game I've ever spent money in. Because like there's nothing to do with it. There's nothing you can do with it.
That's the thing. he's like in and also like like the graphics I just reminded me, right? Because I was thinking of like Honkai Star Rail and the fact that they're making their own anime intros for characters. They're writing songs about them.
Yep.
They're doing dev updates, all kinds of crazy shit. And this is for some bullshit turn-based pay to win game.
Gacha game. Yeah.
What are you even talking? Like, how are you losing to this?
Dude, yo, bro, like I think they need to do more like of that. Like Genshin got it right though. Like, come on, like Genshin, like
yes,
like appealing to casual is like a winning formula. I don't understand like why other MMOs don't do that these days. Like Blue Protocol is trying to do that, right? Like it's very casual.
It seems that way. I was watching a video about that. Yeah.
Yeah, like I tried it. They keep fucking banning me. Stop banning me, man.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
yeah,
like,
I'm just gonna wait for the release.
Yeah. It's very like chill. Like, dude, you gotta, dude. Have you done gacha yet? In Blue Protocol?
No, I've watched it happen. I know how
dude,
it works.
I got the best mount on my 20 summons, and dude, like when you know how like, you had like a huge debate about mounting in Diablo and then like Lost Ark, right? The auto pathing.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, dude.
Yes.
You know what I miss? I miss like a game where mounting was actually fun. Like all you do is mount around the world, and Blue Protocol was that.
This is like kind of you mean like WoW, Black Desert?
Like WoW back then.
Oh,
when
okay,
we first got Fly Form, right?
Right.
Dude,
you feel like you're a god.
Yeah, dude. Like Blue Protocol mounting, it feels so good. Like the sound effect.
What's that? Is it just like the value of it, the way it feels good?
Oh, it feels so good. Like the sound effect, the way it runs, the speed of it, the open world, like the cinema, like the scenery is so good.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So I'm waiting for that.
Besides loading screens.
Yeah. Speaking of loading screens, like you talk about inconvenience, right? Back to Lost Ark.
Yeah.
I feel like I hate thinking about this, but the game makes me go down this route, right? I want to be I want to be like Blue Protocol, having fun and think about happy things, like think about flowers and shit and sunshine.
Yeah,
but the thing is,
course.
like Lost Ark, I'm like, why is there so many loading screens? Is it to promote sales? Because like every loading screen, they're trying to advertise like a skin or an ARK pass or battle pass.
That's
some
fucking conspiracy shit. I like that. Yeah,
I think about this like all the time. Like,
no, because it's like it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking loading screens, man. I hate these loading screens, man.
It's ad space, yeah.
Yeah, it's
like
ad space. Like the
free.
reason why they make you do 2 Chaos Dungeons chat is so that you can watch an ad between the Chaos Dungeons. Okay?
Of course.
All right?
Yeah, just wait till next year and it's going to be like ads for Coca-Cola and Pepsi. I mean, you never know, right? And it's like I think they need to do an engine update because like
oh yeah.
Think about how much hotter Nineveh could be if this was Unreal 5.
Dude, that's what I'm talking
about.
I mean,
like, let's just be fucking honest. It would be insane.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I played Blue Protocol. I was like, dude, I can't anymore. Like, I played.
Yeah.
Like Thorn Liberty is shit. I played it the first minute it released. It is bad, but at least the graphics are good. It's better than Lost Ark, kind of, but like the thing is, like, I like the Unreal 4 and 5. So I was hoping that law on, they'd be like, you know what, guys, we're gonna end the service. That's what I was hoping for. Like everything deleted, your character's gone, Lost Ark 2's coming. That's like
Final Fantasy, the Realm Reborn.
Oh yeah, something like that. That'd be nice. But of course, it's not happening. But yeah, this game does. Well, yeah, it would be awesome to play third person and with Unreal 5 or 4. That would be crazy, but. It would still not.
I wonder if they'll ever do something like that. Like, because I feel like you have to update the engine because it's like
for sure.
It's just like it hurts the cinematics so much whenever the characters just look like shit. They look like shit. And what is this? And they don't even look stylistically like shit. Like Final Fantasy VII characters look like shit, like triangles. They just look like
like the older models
just don't look good. Yeah,
like Shandi and Balthor, they look like
ass. Balthor and a beard. Oh my god, it's just like this. I swear to God, Final Fantasy X had better graphics, and that came out 20 years ago.
Yeah,
it's
but
more than that.
Yeah, the latest NPCs are a lot sharper. Like Shandi's wife looked way better than Shandi. Yeah, but the thing is, like, yeah, you're right. Like, Unreal, like the engine upgrade would be so good. But then I'm kind of fearful nowadays because, like, I don't know why, like, Korean games, they don't update engine. Like, Maple Story, right? Like, dude, I can't even watch that game, dude. Like, my eyes hurt, dude.
It's like I can excuse that because isn't it like some bullshit browser game?
I don't know, but the thing is, like,
Yeah.
the font hurts my eyes, like the number, the gradients. Just, I don't know, but
yeah,
but yeah, I don't know. Like, maybe they have like a Lost Ark 2 in the works. I don't know. They're making like billions of dollars. Might as well do something with it.
I don't know why, like, because I feel like I used to have like tons of friends that played Lost Ark, and like now I have basically no friends that play Lost Ark ever. Nobody does any of that stuff. Everybody's offline. It sucks, you know?
Yeah.
It just fucking sucks.
Yep. And merging took so long. They're finally merging US and what is it, Central? Like, I told these guys, like, don't even do. I told them 8 months before the release of Lost Ark in the West that like the region's not gonna be a good idea. Like, I told them the case of Lost Ark Russia. Like, what if it ends up being like that? They're like, don't worry about it. I'm like, are you guys even having any meetings about this? They said no.
I mean, this is like New World did the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Like where they had like there's a server and there's like I log on and there is nothing that is more depressing than a fucking dead MMO.
Yeah, exactly.
You log on and there's one guy who's level 37 who doesn't know shit about the game. And there's one other max level player who just hates himself.
You know what's worse than that? Logging in and seeing bots and then no one else.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well, like, are there? I feel like, and this is the really, really bad thing about Lost Ark, is it feels like the game has died so much that it's not even worth botting anymore.
I don't know. We'll see.
You don't think so? I don't think so.
Probably going to China though. Honestly, they're probably going to China.
Oh yeah, 100 fucking percent they will. Absolutely. Because I remember back whenever I would play I would look at these graphs and it was like. Lost Ark would have had to been like at least 50, 60, maybe 70% bots.
Yeah.
And it was just like Amazon kind of let that happen for so long. And like the problem with that is that whenever you have that much gold in the economy, that makes every single player's like vault and clear worth less.
Yeah. The thing is, the bots, I don't want to blame Aegis on this one. All of it, because I think now that I have some hindsight, I think it's like mostly Smilegate issue as well. Like so the thing about bot is that it really hurt NAU a lot because it destroyed the gold value as well as it destroyed the everyday auction, like the interaction with the auction house. So bots were listing level 1 gems and duplicating gold that way. So how like Smilegate prevented that was creating a daily limit of how many you can post, how many, and then that was very bad. So players could not put like things like tripods or accessories up there. So if people are not listing up tripods, then people cannot really progress their characters, or their characters are getting weaker and raids are getting harder, right? So it's like that on top of they put that 10-second cooldown. Every time you buy something on the auction house, you have to wait 10 seconds.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So like you're creating these inconveniences and removing gold from like Unas and all of these things that new player need because you couldn't solve the bot problem, right? So that really, really hurt NAU at the beginning. It really, because it also crashed the servers. The game was stressed out. People couldn't log in. It would people disconnect during the raids. It was horrible. The bot plague was just terribly handled. It was terribly handled. I think it was just I think Smilegate really overextended here, because yeah.
I completely agree.
Yeah, I just don't think they knew what they were getting their hands into. I guess
it's just like a lot of these. A lot of it is just and like the bot thing, by the way, like how the fuck is it that you know where the bots are? I know where the bots are. Everybody in your chat knows where all the bots are. Everybody in my chat knows where the bots are. Everybody on the internet knows where the bots are. The only person who just can't seem to fucking find them is Amazon.
Yeah, it's so ugly
for a year.
It was so ugly. Like, it's so bad to look at them, right? It's so bad. But yeah, they needed to get rid of it. It caused a load on the server, caused a load on their auction house, and then you create all these like discomforts for players, right? Like, and then on top of that, like even the swipers were getting discomforted. Like they have a 3-day hold. Like you went through that too. Like what is that?
Well, it's and then also not only that, they have the fucking audacity to go and be like $1,000 a day is too much, so you can only spend $400. Like it's all you can only spend $400 a day. It's like why do you even do it at that point?
That's
like,
why
it's
they
just so crazy.
Yeah, that's why they just resort to RMT, which I don't blame because like it's the same in Korea anyways. Like
I have I have a number of friends. There was this one girl I knew, and she was 1590 during I think the clown raid. Yeah. She took a 6-month vacation from the game. And apparently they do ban people, but does it really matter whenever she comes back and she's still ahead of the curve? Yeah. So it's just ridiculous. So, and it's like how many people really got in trouble?
You know, in Korea you don't get banned for RMT unless you buy a botted gold. Yeah. You don't get banned here. You gotta understand, Asmon. If they start banning, or if they tomorrow came out said RMT is bannable, 80% of the players will quit in Korea. That's how many rice farmers are in this region.
Oh my fucking god!
Yeah. It would the game would literally die, literally overnight. You know that when they let me tell you one more thing.
Is this like one of those? Yeah, go ahead.
You know, before they announced this emergency developer stream, right? They were selling $1 million gold at $500. Let's just round it up to 500 USD, okay? And then when they announced that they're gonna do this stream, it rose to $600 in an instant. In an instant.
Wait, so it went up? Like you had to spend more money to get the gold? So because they thought that they were getting more, they were more confident in the game?
Yes. So they thought it would fix the game, so the value of the gold just skyrocketed. Same thing happened when the LoL on happened, the actual one. It was terrible, and then the gold value sunk, as well as leapstones. Like it's like looking at Bitcoin. Like it just dives down. Like leapstones were yeah, go ahead.
Well, yeah, it's like Elon Musk tweets about Dogecoin.
Right, yeah. Yep. It was like that with level 10 gems too. There were 40 pages of level 10 gems before low on. After it was 97 pages.
Oh my god.
Because people were liquidating their gems into gold and selling the gold for money and trying to escape. And then they go to another game and swipe, like MapleStory. They go to MapleStory and then they start swiping there. Yeah.
That is nuts. And it's just like I wonder if Lost Ark is going to be able to retain the players, because right now I feel like in the West, I think they have to do a reset. Like I think if they want to regain a Western audience again, they have to do a reset.
Yeah, but the thing is, like I'm all for that, but the thing is, these guys are so spread, right? Like the only one that can reset the server is not AGS. Like Smilegate has to do that. They have to work with AGS. They got to communicate this thing, hammer it out, and then they got to get a team to like do this kind of like reset. And they're already so spread. They're like working with Tencent right now, right? That's why, dude, in Korea, we have gotten 2 skins in 7 months. 2. That is record low. Like, it's so low. Like, they are barely getting by here in Korea. Like, they're losing players like crazy here too, right? So they're like pretty much going all in on this Chinese deal with Tencent.
I guess that's what they have to do, right? I mean, because they're losing money everywhere else.
Because like, why spend time making a new skin when only like they can make maybe $2 to $8 million when they could just reskin their own skins and censor it and make $1 billion from China, right?
Oh my fucking god! Yeah, it's just re-release Vaulton again, capitalize on the hype, and then I guess whenever that's over, they can try to go to India, right?
I don't know, man. It's like the gaming these days, man. It's like hype marketing.
Oh my god. Oh my fucking god, what a world. I don't know what to say, man. I might try to message somebody at Amazon and see if like is there any way that I can get a message over there? Like I could say something, but apparently it's just making more complainy videos. That's the only thing that makes its way over to Korea.
Yeah, I mean, this is like the best time though, right? Like, I wonder what their reception is for this, the live stream.
Yep.
Yeah. But dude, there's a lot of problem. There's been a lot of problem. It's been boiling and boiling. They haven't addressed anything for a year, right? I mean, they let this happen, right? It's just, it is what it is, man. It's sad, but hopefully, maybe it's not over, you know? I don't want to be coping.
Oh no, I'm sure they're gonna say it's gonna be saved. They're gonna save it with the next. Maybe they'll do another apology thing.
I don't know.
And then maybe that'll fix it.
I mean, here's what I'm thinking. Like, if Maple Story can get 4x, because you gotta understand, Asmon, Maple Story 2 months ago were brink of death. Literally, everybody was quitting. 2 months ago, everyone was like, "It's over, it's over." I'm like, "What are you talking about? What's over? Maple Story is over." I'm like, "What happened? What happened?" So like, there was like this new system, like you could get like gear fast or something. Oh my god! Now it brings me back to like Lost Ark. Like, I guess people are raging because like you could there's like this new like server where you could get like all the like rare gear or something quickly or something. I don't really know, but basically almost killed the game. And then like the guy in charge, the developer, the main guy, he, I guess, like really apologized, went to like some streamer's house and asked like him and the viewers what they could do to save the game. Like actually like put the work in, you know?
Wait, what the fuck?
Yeah, that happened. Like he humbled down and
my god,
got to the root of the problem, and then they turned it around. So unless Smilegate does that, it's over. Yeah, you know? It's just matter of when. I mean, today.
I'm sure it'll be really soon. You know, like it's got to be really soon.
Yeah. The thing is, like today they apologized, and then they really looked like they screwed the hell up, right? They really looked like they screwed up, and yeah,
not good.
Yeah, we'll see.
I mean, it's just like I feel just so bad because I've put 1,500 hours into the game and it's all just gone into the fucking garbage.
Yeah. I mean, that's like that for a lot of people. Yeah.
I don't know what to say.
Yeah. But like, yeah, I just don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, there's like, I don't know. What about you? Like, what are you like waiting for? Like, what game? Right? It's like I feel like there's so many things. Like I feel like you just have to wait so long for things.
Right now, honestly, man. Like, have you played Final Fantasy 16?
I haven't played it. Yeah.
You have?
I haven't.
It's actually really fun. And I've been playing Final Fantasy 16, and I've been really enjoying that. I'm gonna play Tears of the Kingdom, and then I'm also playing Diablo 4. Are you playing Diablo 4?
Oh, I was, but I'm waiting for the seasons.
Okay, yeah.
A little bit more polish.
It's just, I feel like there's a lot of games that are coming out now, and they're just disappointing. That's all.
Yeah, that's the thing though, like especially MMOs, because like no MMOs come out perfect or with enough content, right? Are people saying Riot MMO is gonna save them, bro? No MMO ever comes out like with enough content, and they're like they start the game like 10 years ago, right? So they don't know what direction to even take because they're planning for like 2020, like 2030. Like who knows what kind of games we like in 2030.
Yeah, it's like the development teams are so big that it's like moving, like turning the Titanic. It's like, okay, by the time that you finally turn it, it doesn't matter. Like everything is completely shifted again.
Yep. So that's the MMO scene, man. That's why, like, you know, I'm still chilling with Lost Ark.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see.
It sucks, man. Well, it is 6:30 in the morning for me.
Yeah.
And I'm so fucking tired.
Yeah, man.
So anyway, man, I'm gonna go to bed. Thanks a lot for providing the insight for
Oh,
like
no
the
problem.
Korean players and everything.
Yeah,
So
dude.
it's just what a day. What a day.
What a week,
Well,
yeah.
anyway, we should do this again sometime
All
soon with
right.
like maybe a number of other people.
All right. Thanks for your time, man.
Dude, I'll see you later.
All
Peace.
right, peace.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. My mind was everywhere. I wanted to talk about so many things, but you know, when your mind just farts, we went all over the place. We went all over the place, but yeah. That was a good talk. Finally got to catch up. I just had this, you know, hours, his hours, my hours, just like talk about this stuff takes hours. Right? But at the end of the day, this was needed. Obviously we were gonna get apologies, and they gave us some insight. It's not gonna be enough, guys. It's not gonna be enough. I know there are gonna be people still angry on Invent, and people like that wanted some answers about like the AOS or like the horizontal content, like the people that wanted some like thing about like what happened to like gender unlock or just like 30 billion more topics. Their voice was not heard. All right. I feel like this was too short. I feel like they should have went a little bit more. I feel I'm not gonna give them any like leeway just because they look like they're about to cry, right? I'm not here to make like feel sorry for them. I do feel sorry for the three guys, I guess, but whoever's in charge, I don't feel sorry for whoever's in charge. I mean, they're just doing their job. I get it. I'm sure someone's in charge of these guys, making them do what they do. Right? This, I don't know. I didn't expect much. I don't know if you expected this stream to bring like the fix the game. Like, hey, next Wednesday we're gonna roll out this. Next week next month new raid. Next month like some new water park, and no, that was not gonna happen. That was not gonna happen. But they really addressed, like they at least acknowledged some of the problems, like the daily chores. You know, they want to make more raids, more content, way faster, and they give us promises. So we'll see. We'll see. They admitted about the China thing, yeah. How the skin department was really suffering this year. Now the reason you might be thinking, man, I don't care. I'm NAU. I don't care about skin cadence. But the thing is, ultimately, this stuff will come to you guys, right? I'm worried about like what the players that are playing today are gonna do after a Khan and Voldyke. You know, I think this was it was good, but I don't know. There are gonna be people still very angry. They're gonna be very angry. Some people are. I could already guess. You made us. You know, this is it. You made us. You know, cancel dinner plans for this. Not that anybody told these guys to cancel dinner plans, but I know people are gonna be like, man, all this fuss for 20-minute stream. Yeah, Lost Ark. It's going down. But yeah, let's see. Let's see what happens. They need new leadership. Yeah, like the thing is, who is in charge? I don't know who's in charge. Who's in charge? 북미 유저들은 최악인가요? 네네, 안 좋죠. Yeah, I don't know who's in charge. Who are they taking orders from? There's no like spokesperson. Yeah. People on YouTube probably be like, who's this guy talking to? There's no chat on the screen, but here it is. K-드라마 커버하느라 고생하셨습니다. 아즈몬과 잘하시고, 아이고 고맙습니다. 뭐 좀 부족했지만 너무 부족했지만. Okay. Oh, anyways. Some of them are thanking me for delivering it to Asmon. Okay, anyways, guys. We'll see. I mean, what did you... let me ask you, chat. What did you guys expect, though? Did you expect, like... what did you expect from this 20-minute stream? They apologize for the way they miscommunicated. Their arrogance, their ego. You expected nothing? Okay, to recap, you know, they took turns. Everything they misspoke about, everything they lacked in terms of presentation or preparation, or even naming their biggest server a name that doesn't exist in this game, right? They apologized. Thaymine will come out September 13th. They gave us the date. People are not going to be happy about that in Korea because it coincides with the Lunar New Year. I mean, not Lunar New Year, but Korean Thanksgiving. So it's going to be hard to take the vacation time off around there. As well as they gave us the item level. Okay, which the question was ignored in the original Loa on. Many people wanted Thaymine earlier, but he asked for forgiveness and some understanding because Thaymine is going to have a new kind of graphics engine and the combat's going to feel different mechanics never seen before. Now, it's hard to forgive that because Thaymine has been in works for so long. So it's hard. It's going to be very hard for many users to forgive that in Korea. And then he talks about the skin. Why only 2 new skins this whole year? He talks about the involvement with Tencent and working with the publisher. They needed some help in China to censor the skins, work on the skins for the Chinese release. He openly admitted it, finally. God, could have just said that so long ago and we would have been okay. All right. And he talked about the rewards. This guy's in charge of rewards. He knows that the vertical progression as well as farming to go up can feel mundane, boring, honing, all of that stuff can feel boring. The problem exists, but the solution to find the vertical content fun is a very hard task, as well as the daily task being mundane and boring needs time for them to do the quality of lives or inject something into the game that is more fun to do on a daily basis, including raids. He acknowledges that the daily grind is boring, it is mundane, and they'll work on they promise and that they will work on this as a first priority, along with everything else they said, like skins and raids. It will be at their forefront. Okay, so basically just 20 minutes of apologies, a little bit more communication, as well as making some promises and then telling us that this is the direction they're gonna take. As for like homework and stuff like that, it's a problem and they will work on solutions. As well as the raids, they'll focus more on the endgame raids. They'll be faster, they'll come in better cadences towards the beginning of like major festivities like summer and winter. As well as you know, the skins, they're gonna work harder for the latter half of 2023 to work on the skins. All right, so basically whatever they were doing for a year was very bad and lackluster, and they will go into overdrive to fix those. And unfortunately, it will need time. It will need time to do those. Like making 7 new skins is not something they can just do, right? So they're gonna just need some time here. That's the recap.